Alikan Satchu is the CEO of Rich Management. He joins me now live in studio. Mr. Satchu, as I mentioned earlier, the question of pricing, given Kenya's fiscal management, popular opinion had it that we're looking at 7%, maybe 8% yields on Kenya's bond. The markets clearly thought differently. What changed?
So it really was an optimal outcome for the Treasury, and I commend the Cabinet Secretary, Henry Rotich, and his team on raising $2 billion in two tranches. The 10-year yield came below 7%, and actually today I saw it's rallied 2 points in price, which is a fantastic outcome for the Treasury and for the buyers of the Eurobond. I think what happened was essentially that two things. General Sisi in Egypt, the markets have fallen in love with him, so you saw those bond yields at pre-Mubarak lows. And then Zambia asked for help from Christine Lagarde's IMF, and that saw a huge rally in Zambian bond yields to a record low below 7%. So when Kenya came to the market, it looked very attractive in the comparison. So I think Kenya have got to give a big thank you to Sisi, to Lagarde, but essentially 4 times oversubscribed, lots of appetite for African frontier sovereign risk. And I think this speaks to the global demand for the top, for the sovereign and blue chip component of African assets.
But are we seeing a more nuanced look at African sovereign debt now? Because you've got decent yields on Kenya, Zambia and Egypt, but on the other side, countries like Ghana's being punished by the markets. Bond yields there have gone completely bonkers. Are we seeing a more nuanced distinction in treatment of sovereign debt issue?
Excellent question. 2012 and 2013, it was largely a rising tide floated all boats. But since the beginning of 2014, we've seen an interesting bifurcation where the markets are punishing those countries where they feel the recurrent expenditure component has gone out of control. And I think the authorities in Ghana assumed a rising tide of revenues, and basically they put up salaries very sharply, and the markets have punished them for that. And I think it is predictable and predicted that Accra will be calling in the IMF anytime soon, because there's no homegrown solution that they can come up with that I can see. So you're quite correct. Bifurcation going on, more differentiation. Kenya, you would have thought, would have been leaning towards the Ghana-Zambia side, but the markets, excited about this first issue, came in strong. Strong global demand, I think, for frontier Africa, particularly the blue chip type names, sovereigns and blue chip equities.